Oh my gosh, it's finally time to open. Gotta have everything. Fallout loot box number 2. I have a confession to make. I have been waiting 2 days to do this, just because I want to record the momentous Fallout-y goodness of which we are about to receive. Hail Bethesda. See, no one wants to hail Bethesda, according to Reddit. They only want to hail Obsidian or Black Isle. However, hail whoever wants to send me this loot. The first crate, pretty legit, but I'm excited about this one because it's my borderline birthday crate. Oh, this looks pretty good. Alright, let's do this one at a time so you can really get the full scope of the experience. I'm going to start with the shirt. What do we got? Oh man, Button Gwyneth. These crates keep going very Fallout 3-y, which is kind of cool. I mean, I know New Vegas is the ultimate forgotten about in terms of merchandising, but I like that 3 gets a little love these days. After all, Fox was the reason I signed up for this mad project. Button Gwyneth is, of course, also known as a Protectron wearing a wig in Fallout 3, who I found to be so poignant that I let him keep the real Declaration of Independence. So the inside of the box has my dreamboat that I can't romance without mods, Nick Valentine. So another of my favorites in terms of companions. This is why they're hooking me so well. I'm very overly attached to NPCs. It's kind of my jam. Another goofy figure, Nick Valentine. I immediately am wondering, what is everyone's allergy to proportionally sized heads? I mean, as someone who has, like, Blythe dolls with insight, I really do not want to talk. Also, my head is large, but, like, is it Funko who did this to us, where everything has to have a big head? I mean, really. Look, it's the Iron Giant, known for having a small head, and yet there he is. Big head. I hate to complain, but often the Fallout merch is so close, and yet it's not quite there. On the other hand, again, Nick doesn't quite look, exactly how you think of him in-game. And I'm strongly suspect he is 3D printed, which is cool. They're calling these loot crate screenshots. Which is a little odd because I think there's a lot of poetic license going on here. But he's got a pipe pistol and an Institute rifle. And he is my boyfriend, whether he admits it or not. And he's sentient. Shut up. Nick Valentine's totally sentient. Okay, we have glasses case. Kind of meh, but actually useful for those of us who wear glasses. Vault Boy sunglasses. Now we're kicking it up a notch. Deeply unnecessary, yet filled with joy. Alright, I dig it. I'm going on vacation. Realize it's February, but maybe I'll take my new shades with me along with some contact lenses. What else we got here? We've got the part of the figure which started with my lovely Brotherhood of Steel power armor head, which I seem to have misplaced. I found my my other Nick Valentine here, who also looks nothing like the character in some ways. I mean, realistically, as much as I love the detective aesthetic, most of the swoon-worthiness of Nick Valentine comes from, well, the voice actor, for one thing, but also just how goddamn nice he is. You get these NPCs just like coming up to him various settings, and he asks them how they are, or they thank him for doing, helping them out with one thing or another. And I'm such a softie, but that really warms your heart. Like, we've all, massacred an entire town, to see what would happen, to see how characters react. But something about playing a good guy is awfully fun for me. Alright, so the damn hook continues in terms of getting all the crates. They want you to wait so you have the whole power armor piece. And this is fairly useless on its own, but it's power armor and it's kind of intriguing. So that's kind of fun. I don't know if I'll get all the boxes yet. It sort of depends on my employment future. Okay, last time I forgot the pin. Totally missed it in the bigger box. Here's the pin from this box. The last one was kind of a lone wanderer gun on the back thing, and this is great. This is strength in terms of special, and a ripped Vault Boy pin is a hilarious and suddenly necessary part of my life, so that's good. And finally, something that says you're special. Ooh, what is it? Very intrigued. It looks important. Looks like I should be setting my character right now, which I always do wrong, by the way. I'm starting to realize also that if I ever want to play Fallout 1 and 2, I need to actually read the manual, like they did in Days of Yore, and I need to actually plan extremely carefully what kind of character I need to do. And that's not my strong point because I like to get started, but if I really want to tackle 1 and 2 at some point beyond 20 confused minutes for 1 and a confused half hour for 2, I'm going to have to actually prepare for it. Okay, so these are little notebooks, and these are really cool, actually. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with teeny tiny notebooks because as a reportedly person, I already have those in spades. But they come in this severely awesome little tiny slipcover, and I would like to think of myself doing an important interview, just taking notes. Vault Boy at my side. So that's fun. A lot of people are disappointed in these crates sometimes, but it's like getting, this thematic gift to yourself, and it's really hard to resist, especially when it's a subscription service. One of my friends has a Pusheen box, which comes quarterly, which is, the cartoon cat, which seems really hilarious. But, it's a cute cartoon cat, and there's always some new merchandise that they're making, so why not? Oh, and my other thing that tells me what's in the box, and also the teeny tiny perk thingy to put on. I'm gonna put this on my wall too. So that's pretty good. The box is like extra cool. It's not just like a. Yeah, no. My lust for Nick Valentine's pretty embarrassing, which is why I'm gonna crack him open before I turn this off. One of these days, I'll tell you guys why the Brotherhood of Steel sucks, and the Legion is even worse, so you can all send me hateful comments. That would be pretty cool. I've alluded to this, but I just... if you bring Nick Valentine onto the airport in Fallout 4, everyone's so goddamn rude to him all the time. And, he sasses them back, which I think is great. Like, somebody says, a machine that can think is a machine with free will is an abomination. And he says something about, are you sorry, jealous you traded yours in? I mean, I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. I don't know why people get so much joy out of playing Legion type of totalitarian collectivist types, and honestly, it bums me out a little bit. Like, I don't want to equate video game violence with real world tendencies too highly, but I wonder sometimes why people like to play bad quite so much. I mean, Valentine, when he tells you his story in 4, says that he encountered these humans who treated him like a human, and he's been trying to repay the favor ever since. I mean, it's like Mal's speech at the end of Serenity around the dinner table before they go and make their final whistleblowing charge. It's just like a fundamental core of a single tier. And I don't get the same joy out of, saying degenerates like you belong on a cross. I wish someone could explain the appeal to me. In New Vegas, I tried a few times to, like, what happens if I kill everybody in, whatever, the Siblings Casino, whatever the hell it's called, something like that. And it's sort of creepy, but sort of satisfying in the way that all video game violence is satisfying. But, then I went back to an earlier save and started a headcanon that my character's being shot in the head at the start of the game was the reason that she was having these violent visions. Because you can't... And I got a little wilder, more Western, more quick on the draw in my New Vegas game as I went along, but... Man, I just don't know about the people who like the Legion. I find it troubling. And Brotherhood of Steel, again, they have the cool armor, they have the iconic look, but they're such assholes. They're such assholes. And I just, in all seriousness, Fallout 4 has made me a little less frightened of AI. I know that sounds very silly. I know a lot of people who are much smarter than I am are actually concerned about AI. But if it's sort of a garbage in, garbage out thing, if you put good in, like the humans who treat Nick Valentine when he first awakens after being tossed out by the Institute, I don't think there's any reason AI, because it, potentially some singularity happens, and then they decide that it's more rational to get rid of humans, the way that we sometimes interpret aliens as coming to that conclusion. That says more about us. So much more about us. And I am watching Battlestar Galactica right now, but there's no reason why this should happen. And I think if old-timey detectives or 1950s robots like the Protectrons are the form in which the end of the human race comes, well, I'll be a sucker and I won't notice until it's too late. But they treat me like a human being. I've been trying to repay the favor ever since. It's not just the hat, with Nick Valentine. It's really not. Anyway, see you next time for the next crate, maybe. Or for another subject, though Fallout is the one that I find myself talking about most lately.